Hi and welcome. I have another page in my homemade Bristol Smooth paper. The link to how to make this, the book is in the description. So let's get started. I'm using a stencil from Tim Holtz, and I'll have all that information in the description of what the number is and where I buy my Tim Holtz stuff. I'm also using spiced marmalade as the color, and I'm not going to cover the whole page. I'm just going to kind of do a swoop of it, and then I'm going to be covering that with some translucent texture paste. I'm just going to leave it in place. It's nice when you don't have to move a stencil, and get the translucent texture paste. I love this stencil. I use it quite often, and it just is a nice backdrop of color. I tell you, I had fun with this piece. I didn't really have a plan. I had my focal image. That's all I had. And I just kind of started going. So once I have that laid down with my new catalyst spreader, I take my other catalyst spreader and just scoop off anything extra. And you'll see there's some at the top and some at the bottom, and I just scoop them off with my finger. You can use a palette knife or your spreader, whatever you've got. So it is dry now, and I am going to start adding some interesting stuff to the rest of the page. I start with kitsch flamingo, because in my focal image there is pinks, there is oranges, there's whites, there's all different shades of pink. So I'm just kind of putting a layer down. I'm going to be messing with it. Don't worry, it won't look pristine. I'll give you a heads up before I start adding the grunge, and so you can stop at that point if you want. I know some of you don't like grunge, and that's perfectly okay. I'm going to use scattered straw, and I'm putting it on my stencil, and I'm going to spray my stencil and then invert it, and just so it kind of mixes in with some of the colors in the background. Actually, pink and yellow will kind of make an orange, so it kind of, that was a planned thought that would kind of be a little more orange in different kind of shapes on the page. Now, you're not going to see a whole lot of it in the finish. I mean, it's not a standout thing. It's like kind of just a background hint. And once I get the first layer, I just look, where else could I use a little bit, and just press down some more. Because not all of it came off the first time, and then I give it a dry. I'm going to take picked raspberry, which I don't use too much because it's pretty intense, and I'm going to give it a splatter. Now, when I did this, I was like, ooh, I don't like that. It kind of looks like a little confetti on there or something. I didn't like it at all. I started to dry it. I might have actually dried it all the way. I can't recall. But the more I looked at it, the more I did not like it. So I sprayed some water on it just to get it to kind of move around, because it was not looking good to me. Once things got moving around, though, I liked it a lot better. And I normally like a splatter, but I don't know, I just didn't like that. Okay, I'm going to add some grunge now, but this is not going to be real grunge. I mean, I think I just do the border right now. Which I think, even if you're not going to do grunge, I think a piece looks better with a darker edge on around it. It kind of frames it. You know, I think all art needs a frame. Well, I guess all art doesn't, but I just think things that I do need a frame, and so I did a frame. And I do it with the darker distressing. This was vintage photo. If it's a darker piece, I'll use like scorched timber or walnut stain, one of the two. I'm using a little block of wood that my husband had in the garage just to kind of keep my other half up, because the other side's so thick. I'm almost done with this book. Can you believe it? It seems like I just made it and it's almost done. I have finished another one. So I've got another one, and I think it has more pages in it, if I recall. So I'm going to take this stamp set I got as ledger pieces, and I'm just going to stamp around a little bit. And I think I used graphite. Excuse me. I know, I think that's pine soil. I didn't show you, did I? I'll have to look at my piece, because it kind of looks like graphite. In the final piece, you will see that I did come back in and add a few more of those stamps. I just kind of put them in a couple bare spots, and I forgot to put it on camera, so you'll be able to see that in the final. It's just the same way, just sticking it in different places. So remember when I did my flip through of the Double Helix Girls books, ladies books, and I said, oh gosh, this one of them, I said, maybe more than one, I said, I've never wanted this one before, but now that I see all of it, you know, the thumbnail never did much for me, but I went that same day that I filmed it and purchased these daisies. These are daisies. Some of them are white, and I guess maybe that's what's in the thumbnail. I don't know. But I did not like it. But there's some of them that are very pretty colors. Like this one I love. I'm just taking my tweezers and just kind of rolling the edges. They just kind of looked a little flat to me. Of course, because they were printed on paper and just that's the way they went. So I'm just rolling the tips of them a little bit just to give it a little bit of depth. Now, they won't really stay like that once their book's closed up, but it will stay a little bit. Doesn't that look better? This piece is also from Double Helix. It's one of their ephemera labels, and I use them all the time. The circle is just a punch from a whole page ledger, probably a printout that I did, and I love to use ledger paper as a backdrop, mainly in my collage book. Like in my Yucky paper, I'll use collage paper in the backdrop a lot because I just think it's really cool. I would like to get the Dana Weekly, I think, has a ledger art book. I don't know anything about it other than I looked at it. I don't know what the paper is, but I know it's too big for me. I don't do things that large. I get lost on a larger page. That's why all my things are smaller. I've tried doing larger pages, and I guess if you just made everything bigger, you could do it, but I don't know. I like small, and so I guess I kind of make my own by just gluing ledger backgrounds to ledger paper to a background or to a page, blank page. Sometimes I forget I have those tweezers, but then when I remember, it's like, oh yeah, it is easier sometimes to move things around. I picked that little wasp too because it almost was as if, because that's Double Helix too, as if they were made to go together. And maybe they were. I don't know. Normally these have a little, you know how it has like a little bit of a circle on top? It's usually on the bottom too, but sometimes I cut them off so that I can have a flat bottom. And you know, you don't have to have them go the way the text is oriented. I have used them several times where they go up and down, you know, so the text is going sideways, and that is perfectly fine. So I'm using my low profile foam dots to raise the flower head, and I'm going to glue down the stem. The low profile are wonderful. I use them all the time. They're just perfect for just elevating a little bit, not a huge amount. And I have them in my Amazon storefront. So if you're interested in those, it's the same price as if you were to buy it on Amazon. I just get a tiny bit of commission, which helps pay for my art supplies. The last thing I'm going to do is add a sentiment. Well, that isn't the last thing. The last thing I do is stamp it a little more, but you're not going to see that. So that was Tim Holtz Small Talk book, and it says, "I'm happiest when I'm with you." And I thought of my honey when I picked that one. So to make them so they're not white, because that would look funny, although there is white in the flower, but I want the flower to stand out, not the sentiment. And so I do dinge it up a little bit. I used old paper, sometimes I use antique linen, and then some vintage photo just around the edge. I also glue it down so that they are sticky, but I just don't want to risk them popping off in a year or 3 or 5. So I glue it down. And that is it. Look in the final pictures and you'll see that I did stamp it a couple more times. But if you are new and you haven't subscribed, I invite you to do that. If you like this piece, give me a thumbs up or a comment. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.